Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 10 of the podcast. I said last week was episode 10. It was actually episode 9. This week's episode 10. Who cares? All right, I got to talk about it. I was just watching a TikTok before I started the podcast. Why are people vlogging on TikTok? Like, vlogs have never been, like, if you're not David Dobrik, if you're not living in LA, vlogs aren't entertaining. Like, and what gets me is it's uni vlogs. Like, maybe if you're a model or you're like a software engineer, it's like some shit. You're doing a job, people are like, oh, I wonder what like a day looks like. Uni vlogs? Bro, who cares? Like, are you that untalented? Like, how can you be that untalented and uninteresting but think you're interesting enough to do a uni vlog? And it's always like, it's always a white chick and they're like, oh my God, this is the life of a 19-year-old white girl in Melbourne studying nursing. So I wake up and then I go to uni. I have to sit in traffic for 20 minutes. I get there. It's not time for my class yet. So I go to Melbourne Central and I get a fucking avocado toast. Like, I did this. I went to uni for 3 years. I know what the experience is like. You fucking get up. You get up, you chill for half an hour before your class, you do your classes, you chill for half an hour later, you go the fuck home. That's your day. Why are you making a vlog, bro? Like, even if I did a vlog that was like a day in the fuck comedy scene, that'd be interesting because it's like, people don't know what the comedy scene's like. Uni, everyone fucking goes to uni. And those who don't, never sitting at home like, oh, I wonder what my day would look like if I went to RMIT. No. And it's always like, you can tell they think they're doing you a service by uploading the vlog. Like, there's this one girl. I'm gonna get. I know. I'm not gonna name her name because I don't want to start shit. Her name's Naomi. She always uploads shit that's like, so this is my vlog, like, and it's just like her studying. So I don't give a fuck about you studying. In her defense, she's really hot, so maybe she's just doing the vlogs to try and get recognized for her looks, in which case, smart business plan. But like, if you're just genuinely like, oh, I think people are gonna really care about like me studying for fucking biomed. No, we don't. No one cares. Like, I've never been hanging out with like my friends and they're like, bro, did you see the latest white chick's uni vlog? Oh, it's tapped, bro. Bro, get this. She goes to uni, she does her work, and then she leaves. It's fucking the best video I've ever seen in my life. Like, when fucking Liam Dowling uploads a video, it's fun. People talk about it like, oh, you see Dowling's new video? Yeah, it's fucking good, pretty funny video. Bro, the uni vlog is sick. It doesn't happen. Stop uploading uni vlogs. Because I said so on my podcast, okay? And that's what we should all be taking as a guide to what's acceptable on TikTok. You know who mostly it is? It's people who, like, they start off and they get to like 50 or 100K making like comedy stuff. Like, they do the teacher impersonations or some shit like that. And then they run out of ideas and they're like, what can I do? So they start doing teacher vlogs. Or they do the motivational shit. Because, like, if they're doing motivational shit, you can't just tell them that they're falling off. Because it's like, they're trying to, spread positivity and do a service. It's like, nah, you suck. Stop making TikToks. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. TikTok vlogs, whack. Oh yeah, for everyone who asked, people actually messaged me asking. I'm surprised they care. I got a new laptop. I'm using it right now to record the audio. Is it recording? Oh, let's double check. It is recording. Yes. Using right now to record the audio. I'm a fucking idiot, right? Because you guys know I have a Mac. The reason I bought like a laptop in addition to the Mac was because for work I watch the footy. I'm the guy that does the stats for the footy. And to watch it, the software that we use to record the stats only doesn't run on Mac. So I had to buy a HP. I had to buy a normal PC. And then I need a burp. And then to watch the game, you got to have the software on one screen and then the game playing on another monitor. So that's the whole reason I bought that shitty laptop. I bought this one there's no HDMI cable to connect the monitor. So I had to drop another $30 or $20 on a cable connection. Such a pain in the ass. Oh, and also, I got to call myself out, considering I just called out other people, vloggers. I'm going to call myself out. In the last episode, I listened to it back. I was just sitting here having a sook about, like, I don't have enough money to buy a Mac and a PS5. Oh, how am I going to cope? So it's pretty funny how just fucking oblivious I was to how dumb I sounded. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, uni vlogs, man. It's just so pointless. Like, I went to uni for 3 years. I graduated. I moved on with my life. I didn't use my degree because I pursued comedy, but I fucking just... Who gives a fuck? Like, what if a tradie... A tradie's like, this is a day in the life of being a tradie. So I get up at 3 a.m. I get in my Hilux. I load the Hilux with the tools. I drive to the job site. I do the job. I fucking render a wall. I take a smoko. I take a shit in the porta potty. I do more work. I get in my Hilux. I go home. I pick up my girlfriend. I fuck her in the car. I get home. That's it. That's my day. That's not entertaining. Think about it for any... I've spoken about this on the podcast before. Any job you do, if you have an office job, none of your stories are good. Unless like an active shooter comes into the building. Yeah, that's probably going to be a good story. But they're not. Like, I got home from work the other day. And like I was talking to my dad and he was like, oh, how was work? Like, anything happened? And I was like, no. Nothing happens. Like, my dad's a tradie. Every now and again, he has a good story about, like, work safe rocking up or someone... He has an argument with someone on the job site. It's fucking interesting. Nothing happens on my work, bro, because I work in an office. So if you also work in an office, no one cares that Lucinda forgot to close the fridge properly, all right? No one gives a fuck. So stop telling people and stop spreading it online. Make some good shit. Anyways, that's my rant. What did I do this week? Oh, guys, I had a bad week last week. I talked about how shit of a week I was having. The one thing I was looking forward to all week was playing soccer with my mates on Saturday. Because they play soccer every Saturday, and when I'm not working, I join in, which is like once every 6 weeks. And I wasn't working on Saturday, so I was like, oh, I'll play soccer. Within like 5 minutes, I sprained my ankle really bad. Like, I'm still struggling to walk on it. It's been 5 days, whatever. And I went up for a header, and when you go up for a header and you get tunneled, and you just fall on your fucking ass? I did that. I fell on my side. My side's been hurting for like 5 days. I haven't been able to lie down properly. Sorry, my waist is itchy. I haven't been able to lie down properly. I don't know. There's some more sooking. But what did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. I did an MC gig on Friday. So 7 days from when I'm recording. 7 days before I recorded this. I did an MC gig. It was very interesting MCing. It's a lot different than normal stand-up. Because I've MC'd twice before. And both times I MC'd, I tanked the gig. Like, the first time, I got up there, and when you're MCing, I say this is my very limited experience, but from what I've gauged from asking other people's advice is, it's more important that the show runs well than you do well. Like, you getting a big laugh is less important than the show just going well, all the comedians doing well, the crowd being warm. So you're meant to get on there. You're meant to do a bit of crowd work. You're meant to warm up the crowd. Maybe do some material. And then when the audience is at like the high point, like you get a big laugh or they're really high energy, you get off. You bring up the next comic. Then if the next comic gets up and they do well, you just keep it going. If someone bombs, you do some time in between. You try and get the audience back on board. That's what I've gauged from it. The first time I did it, I was like really nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know how to do crowd work. I'm just going to do material. And I went up. And it's the start of the show. So people are just sitting there. And then I get up. I'm like, yo, welcome to the show. So I was in Broadmeadows the other day. And I just start telling that story. And then everyone's just kind of like, what the fuck? Because I haven't warmed them up. So the show didn't run well at all. And it was completely my fault. The room was dead. And like I didn't know what to do in between acts. I was just struggling. I had a shit time of it. And then I was like, that wasn't that bad. And I learned a lot from it. So like I was like, whatever. Then my second MC gig, I did a lot better for like 10 minutes. And then I got into a fight with this girl in the front row. And it was one of those fights where I set up a joke. And it seemed like I was going to go like an offensive way with it. But then I actually do a little diversion. And I'm actually on the team of the people it looks like I'm going to offend. But she didn't let me finish the joke. So she starts having a massive go at me. And I'm trying to explain to her that like I'm on your side if you just let me do the fucking joke. But her and like her fucking 4 woke PC friends are cracking it. And I get into a massive fight with them. I call one of them a bitch. The show gets tanked. And then, because I didn't know what to do when the show was tanked, I was like, I'm just going to bring up the next act. I bring up the first act. So he's got to come up to like silence and everyone's just angry. And everyone's just like, what the fuck? And he gets a drink thrown in his face, which was half my fault, half his fault. Mostly my fault. And it was just horrific. It was bad from there. I couldn't bring it back. So I was really scared to MC again. And I got asked, and I said yes out of niceness. I didn't want to do it. But my friend asked me, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And it went really well. I had so much fun. Like, I got up, and I was like, you know what? Because my friend was like, a friend of mine who started comedy at the same time I did. He's been doing a lot of MCing, so I spoke to him, and he kind of gave me these tips, and I was like, all right. I was like, I'm just going to be honest and just lean into the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm going to try and get better at crowd work. I'm not going to do any material. So I get up and I'm just like, hey guys, so here's what's happened. I explain the story of my past MC gigs. I do it in like 30 seconds. And I'm like, my friend told me you got to do some crowd work. But I'm not that good at it. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. And I just went to everyone and I was like, hey bro, what do you do? You're an accountant? Crowd worked. All right. What do you do? You work in HR? Crowd worked. And then I did that, and it wasn't funny. What I was saying wasn't funny, but it was just funny how I was just going from person to person. So that kind of got the energy up a bit and got a few little laughs. And then throughout the night, I was just doing random shit. Like, I got a match on Tinder. And I get up and I go, all right, guys, I just got a match on Tinder. Let's craft a message to her. And I said I'd choose the most fucked up one. And it was like, are you underage? Because I'm really attracted to you. And I send it on stage. I send it with the thought in my head of like, as soon as I get off stage, I'm fucking unsending this message, right? I send it. I get off stage. I realize you can't unsend messages on Tinder. I'm like, oh, fuck, what do I do? And I tell my friend's like, bro, the match is gone. He goes, just cut your losses, unmatch it. You don't want her to see this. And I was like, yeah, if she sees this, I'm going to end up like on one of those like TikTok screenshots. You know when people, like girls post their dating app things? Which are horrific, by the way. Can't believe some of the messages girls get. Anyways, I'm like, no. I'll explain it. So I send her an explain message like, hey, I was on stage at a gig. I'm a stand-up comedian. And I got dared to write that. And I was trying to, get the crowd excited. So I wrote it. And I realized it sounds fucked up. But I just wanted you to know that wasn't a serious message. And then I left it. And I got up on stage and I was like, hey guys, I bitched it. I backed out of it. And then that was like whatever. But then I was reading it again and I was like, this is so fucking weird. So I just unmatched her. So I think her name was Alexandria or Alex or a variation of that. So if you know who I am and I unmatched you, I'm sorry. That's why. I thought you were very pretty. I would have liked to have messaged you, but it wasn't to be. So that was good. But like, yeah, I had a lot of fun MCing. Just stand-up's so fun. Stand-up's become, in the tier of like shit I do, stand-up's my favorite, and this podcast is second. Like, getting views on this podcast, like the Karen's Diner episode got like 200 views, which I know isn't that much compared to most podcasts, but for where this one's at, it's the most views on an episode. I was like, that's sick. I felt like a way more of a sense of achievement for that than like getting 100,000 views on a TikTok, So it goes like stand-up, the podcast, then Instagram Reels, and then TikTok right now. Just because I think having a following on Instagram is like more beneficial to your career than TikTok. Just because people still don't take TikTok seriously. And Instagram, there's more like, if I'm going to be, for example, like, hey guys, I'm performing here tonight, come. I can get more reach on Instagram than TikTok doing that, even though I've got way more TikTok followers. But that is, what it is. Fuck, my eyes itchy. I'm going to take a drink, but how are you guys? Let me know. Oh, you're good? That's good. Good to hear. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, the Prem starts tomorrow. The Premier League starts tomorrow. And my boys Arsenal are kicking off the season against Crystal Palace. I think it's at Crystal Palace, which is like a hard game for us. I think we drew there last time. Or maybe that was at the Emirates we drew. But they're a bit of a bogey team for us. So to get a win against Crystal Palace to start the season would be a fantastic start. I'm really excited. I'm getting up. I'm getting up at 4:30 to watch it. Mind you, I'm doing a gig tonight that finishes at midnight. So I'm gonna go home. Go home like 12:30. Get up at 4:30 to watch it, and then I have work from 5 till 12 a.m. So I'm gonna be wrecked, but I'm gonna do it out of the dedication to football. Sorry, I burped again. But yeah, I'm gonna do some Premier League predictions because why the fuck not? I'm not gonna do like team by team. I'm just gonna do relegation, the European spots, and then some, random like Golden Boot winners and shit like that. So I'll start with relegation. I think Bournemouth are gonna come last because they look like they're shit. This isn't gonna be in-depth analysis, by the way. I'm just gonna. But for those of you, if you think I'm like a massive soccer guy, I'm not. I'm really into it this year because I watch the footy for work. Then watching the footy after work just feels like more work. So I'm really getting into the soccer and the NBA this year. But I know a lot about it. But like I'm not educated enough on soccer to like turn on a game and be like, oh, these are the tactics. Whereas like with other sports like cricket, NBA, basketball, I can do that. Soccer, I can't. But I'm keen to get more into it this year. I was a big fan from like 2012 to 2016. And then for whatever reason, I didn't follow it too much. I think because Arsenal was bad. But lockdown, I started getting more into it when we won the FA Cup. And now I'm really like ready to go for this season. But I think Bournemouth's going to come last. I think Fulham will also get relegated. And then the last relegation spot, I think Leeds. So there. And then I think Forest will stay up just. Yeah, that's all I can think. I'm blanking on some teams. But let's get to what I actually want to talk about, the European spots. I'll start with the win. I think City are going to win the league. Like, Haaland's going to be a beast. I don't know if he'll stay fit. But they might do the quad. I think I was talking about this. I put money on City to win the quad. Actually, see how much it was paying. I put like $10 on Man City to win the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the league, and the Champions League. Sure, they're going to be due to win a Champions League. Let's see. I put $10 on. I guess $670 if it comes out. So, who knows? Actually, when you're watching this, you'll know the result of the game between Arsenal and Palace. I'm envious. Yeah, I think City will win the league. Liverpool will come second. Tottenham will come third. I have Arsenal fourth. If you'd asked me a week ago, I would have had us fifth. Just because I think it's going to be a lot with Europa League and the Premier League. And I think we're going to probably go on a cup run. So, it is what it is. Also, we don't have much depth at striker. It's just Jesus and Kedia. But just because Tuchel came out during the week and he was basically like with Chelsea, he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. We're playing like shit. Everyone wants to leave. The board's fucked. I don't know what to do. So I think Chelsea will come fifth. But Arsenal and Chelsea probably interchangeable at fourth and fifth. Then I think United will come sixth. I think they look good under Ten Hag, but it's just like, they don't have a striker if Ronaldo leaves. Their midfield's pretty weak. Doesn't look like they're going to get De Jong. Mind you, can someone who is smarter than me explain how Barcelona can buy all these players, considering they're in like $1 billion debt? I know what's going on with the financial levers and stuff like that, but it's just like they're in debt and they're just buying everyone. But yeah, I think Chelsea and Arsenal fourth and fifth. United sixth. Newcastle seventh. And West Ham 8th, just because they got European football this year. So I don't know how well they'll keep doing. But the Golden Boot, I think Harrison Kane will win the Golden Boot. Although I don't know if he's gonna play the whole season. They've got Champions League, and then they got the World Cup. It's going to be tough because, you expect England to at least make the quarterfinals or the semifinals. And Kane's going to be starting if he's fit. So, I don't know in the second half of the season how that guy's going to do, considering... Actually, all the French players, the Brazilians, the English, who else will probably go deep? The German players. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough season for them, man. But yeah, I think Harry Kane will win the Golden Boot. I think Haaland only plays like 30 games in the league. Probably not. Maybe in 25. So I doubt he wins it. Gabriel Jesus might go close. I don't want to predict him though because I'm obviously biased. But that is what it is. And then what other things have? I reckon Cole Palmer will have like a breakout season. I reckon the best transfer will be Jesus. I'm talking a lot about Arsenal because they're the team I study the most. But I think Nketiah is going to have a really good season, man. I always say that I'm big on Nketiah, you know. But yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. So yeah, I think City winning the league, Liverpool second, Tottenham third, Arsenal fourth, Chelsea fifth, United sixth. I think Chelsea could go into top four and Arsenal could drop out. I don't think United will go into top four. Oh, I also think the most underperforming team will be Leicester because they haven't made any transfers. And presumably, Tielemans is going to Arsenal and James Maddison might leave. Vardy's getting on a bit. Schmeichel just left. I think they might come bottom half of the table if like those two, especially if Tielemans and Maddison leave, because it doesn't like they're bringing anybody in. So yeah, I guess what else can I predict? I should have written down what I wanted to predict. I'm sorry. I'm so disorganized. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh, actually, something. I don't know if it's because like I've got more Instagram followers now, but I'm interacting with you guys a lot more. You guys are messaging me a lot more, and it's always nice to get those messages. I haven't uploaded that much the past 2 weeks. One, because I've been feeling a bit burnt out, and I find I'm most creative when I'm doing nothing. So like, even this, like I had a big work week this week. I worked a lot of hours, and I just found it hard to be creative because I was just like, fuck, I'm so tired. And then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like when you're nervous about, I've got to make a video, it gets harder to make a video. It's like erectile dysfunction. When you're nervous, like my dick's not going to get hard, you think yourself into your dick not getting hard. Back with the analogies, baby. Fuck, I'm good at this. You guys know what I mean. And also the other thing, my neighbor lives here, is building a fucking deck. So he's got an angle grinder going all day, just fucking nah. And it's all you can hear in the back of the videos. So, I don't know. It's just tough, but I should make. I've had a few good ideas for TikToks. I'm just trying to iron out some details on how I want them to just come out. But probably gonna go back to my normal schedule of 4 or 5 uploads per week. Also, I hopefully get some more podcast clips out. The podcast clips do really well, and they're my favorite thing to post because this is more fun than making TikToks. If I'm being honest. But yeah, I think that's all I had to talk about for the week. So I don't have more stories. I didn't do much this week. I kind of stayed in because I was injured from falling over in soccer and I'm just feeling a bit shit. But going to wrap up the episode. I think it's like a 22 minute episode. Hopefully back to half an hour next week. I'm not going to sit here and ramble about shit for no reason. I talked about everything I want to talk about. So yeah, thank you for listening. Message me advice shit. Every podcast does that, like message me advice. Do that. We might start an advice segment if we get some good stuff. Give me your life problems and I'll try and solve them. This 23-year-old man who still lives at home is going to solve your issue. So hit me up, let me know. Any topics you want me to talk about, message me. Just message me in general. We'll have a chat, But yeah, thanks for listening. Go Arsenal. I don't know. I'm really awkward at ending these. Bye. I'm ending it. Bye-bye. See ya.